Is going to be our special guest co-host tonight, and as you see, that chat's already scrolling. We're going to get saying hi to
Oh
everybody.
my.
Let's get the show started. The United States Drone Society. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, Chris. Hey, Ray. How you guys doing?
Hey Paul, how you doing? Good to see
Oh,
you.
good.
Hey
What's up,
Chris.
man?
Ray, it's awesome to have you here tonight as guest co-host. I
Yeah.
appreciate you joining us. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I want to,
thanks.
yeah, I want to give
Thanks
a
for
big
the
shout
invite.
out. Oh yeah, I want to give a big shout out to my buddy Brandon. Brandon, I hope you're doing good tonight. Yeah. So, yeah, Captain Ray, I'm glad. I bet you're glad you're not in Florida, huh?
Well, yeah, it looks like they're gonna get hit with that storm down there. No flying down there this
Yeah.
weekend. That's for sure. In the next couple of days.
I
But
know.
I'm going down. Believe it or not, I'm going down Thursday. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to going down there.
Now, were you
Should be
back in
all
New York?
gone by then.
Yeah, you back in New York because you put a video out where you were in California, right?
Yeah. I was out there for a week last week. I went out to visit my son and daughter-in-law, and he took me to one of his favorite spots, um, White Point Beach there in San Pedro, and I flew the drone, got some shots of it, and it was a fun time. And we were busy.
Yeah.
You saw I did a driverless car ride.
Yeah, that was a fun video. I was wondering how long you were going to get stuck behind that trash truck, but it was being safe, and yeah, I'd be nervous. So, but you said it wore off shortly after. Didn't take very long. You got used to it, right?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was nerve-wracking, for the first 30 seconds, and then you really, you know, you just know it's safe.
Yeah.
You
It
hope
only
it's
went
safe.
up to the speed limit. The highest we could go was 35 miles an hour when it opened up, and that's
Oh,
where it went.
Yeah.
And it got to us. We got to the destination, the Pedersen Auto Museum, and it was great. If anybody gets a chance to do it, do it. It's not that expensive, and it's better than a Disney World ride.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that. All right, well, we'll get more into that after we say hi to the chat. And Chris, I'm gonna have a conversation with you after we get through the chat. We're gonna talk about the best of the rest tonight. Now, it doesn't show. Margie was actually there first yesterday, I believe, but it's not showing up. The first one we have here was me, my
right.
wife, my number one supporter.
Hey,
I know.
Ash.
Hey, Ashley.
Yeah, Warren was here early today also, and so was he told me his real name. I can't remember. It's Cinematic 4K, um, FPV Cinematic 4K. I forget his real name. He told me today, but he had stopped by earlier and actually became a channel member. So thank you. I appreciate it very much.
Oh, great.
Warren, thanks for being here. Happy to have you. And Jody's in the house. How you doing, Jody? Glad to have you.
Hey, Jody.
And John Olson's in the house. How you doing, John? Glad to have you here.
Hey, John.
And Bud Bieber's in the house. He'll be joining us for open chat.
Bud Weiser Bieber.
Yeah. He's
Hey,
got a
Bud.
nickname tonight. Chris gave him a new nickname tonight.
You'll see.
And Steve Janess, how you doing, Steve? Glad to have you here. Hey, you talk about someone inspired. Steve Janess is always posting content. He really enjoys flying his drones, and and you can see his improvements in short amount of time. He's getting better and better every time he posts some content. So check him out if you haven't already. And Dave Smith's in the house. How you doing, Dave? Glad to have you here.
No, he's in the room.
Yeah, and Angie, how you doing, Angie? Glad to have you here. Oh, last week for some reason there was an error. The show did not stream to Facebook. It's streaming to Facebook tonight. I actually think it was an error I made. I didn't fix one of the options when the live stream posted to the group, and there was something I didn't do, so I think that was the issue. So it's my fault. Blame me.
I got a real quick question.
Yep.
It seems like Angie changed her name. Angie Anderson Ariels. What about Lost Girls? Is that still something? I'd like to know.
And Don's in the house. How you doing, Don? Yeah, I like Angie Anderson Ariels. I think it's a really good choice. Sometimes it's got to change, you know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Jim. How you doing, Jim? Jim's joining us for the open chat tonight.
Jimmy.
How you doing, Jim?
And Captain Ray Kelly. Of course, he's here. He'll be joining us tonight. Thank you for covering
Ray.
the topic. And Bill Walton's in the house. How you doing, Bill? Glad to have you here. Thank you.
Bill, another one of our members. Let's see.
And Brian, how you doing? I actually went flying at Brian's house this weekend with the family. We're going to talk about that a little later too. Had a fun time, and the boys. You know, it's awesome when you see brothers getting along, and you'll never believe what they did. It was funny, very, very funny. I want to make. Oh, Ray's in the house. How you doing, Ray?
Oh, Ray's going a little Spanish tonight, huh?
Yeah, he's going Spanish.
How you doing, Ray?
Glad to have you here. And we got trusty old Nightbot. Thank you, Nightbot. And JJ Grant's in the house. How you doing, JJ? Glad to have you here. And I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Oh, Matt Fletcher, how you doing? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Matt.
And Serge is in the house. How you doing, Serge? Glad to have you here. And Jeff Norman, he's in the back room. He'll be joining us for the open chat. And Ed Hernandez, how you doing? Glad to have you here. Ed Hernandez.
Hello, Eds.
Make sure we're not. Oh, Jeffrey's in the house. How you doing, Jeffrey? Glad to have you here. And David Ross, he'll be joining us for open chat.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah, Dave.
You got a great crowd watching tonight, Paul.
Yeah, we got a lot of people. Brendan Finn's in the house. How you doing, Brendan? Glad to have you here.
Hey, Brendan.
Yeah, it looks like we got everybody. So with that, we're gonna play. It's not Sunday Spectacular, but I created a video this week. I wanted to share it, so that's what we're gonna play for Sunday Spectacular. And let's play that now. So
Nice.
Having a
so
blast.
yeah, so we went flying over at Hoppy's Landing just to get some airtime, and the sky looked really nice. So we were having some fun. And then on Friday, we went to Brian's house, so Waypoint New England's house. And uh, the funny thing was, while we were flying the drones, the kids were running around playing. And when I woke up the next morning, I had that video in a message from Brian. He says, "Hey, check this out." So the kids, we had no clue what they were up to, but they were over there acting silly, but it was funny. So I said, I'll put a little video together of it and share it. So yeah.
Why not, right? I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
Good
blessing to
time.
see them having a great time.
Yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is we're going to bring in the people in the open chat, and then Chris, you can tell us all about your. Here we go. Hi guys, how you doing? You can tell us all about best
Hi.
of the.
What's up, boys?
Yeah, how you guys doing?
Hey,
Hello,
How you guys
everyone. How are
doing?
you
How you
doing?
doing,
what's up?
Jim, David, Bud? Hey
Brendan
guys.
Good to see you,
and Jeff.
David, Bud,
Please do
Jim,
dress
All right.
tonight,
Jeff.
Chris.
A lot of J's.
Yeah,
Look at
Big
all these drone
Captain.
celebrities. Look at
Right?
them.
Dave's sporting the gold.
yeah.
I'm no celebrity.
I'm sporting the.
So Chris
Yeah.
took on the task of best of the rest this week. So Chris, you want to tell us what you're up to this week?
Yeah, well, so we kind of made like a little bit of a change. Actually, it's kind of a big change. Sunday Spectacular and Best of the Rest are kind of uh, changed now, basically. So we started something called Community Corner, and we put a post out on the group to make sure that everybody could see that post and say, "Hey, put your pictures in there." That way, it would be easier for us to collect the pictures instead of trying to go back. Because Paul, you've told me you've gone like 80 hours a week just trying to put things together,
Yeah,
and
insane
so
amounts of hours.
yeah, so what we tried doing is just making it simpler. So we asked the community if they would just put their pictures inside of this post. That way, it would be collected. And so I took on the task of doing it, and I made a video this week. I went and took all the entries that were put into that post, and then I went and grabbed a bunch more pictures, and I put that, and I made a little best of the rest. So what you're going to see in the next video is you'll see everybody from the community corner, everybody that put in that their entries in, and after that, 308 drone zone will show up with their picture, and it's going to say right in the upper left hand corner, say BOTR for best of the rest. So that's what we did this week.
Yeah, so
Okay.
Chris made a little compilation video with the photos with people,
Streamline it.
and
Yeah, we're going to try to do that every week. Just put in a community corner, and that way, you can put your picks in, and it'll be a lot easier for us to just gather everything together, and we can make. That's going to be like the new best of the rest,
yeah,
basically.
and it'll be in the pinned section. I'll pin a new topic every Monday, so it'll be there in the pinned the featured topics. I say it all the time, but if you're ever looking for the important content in the group, go to the featured topics. Facebook does not really promote them well, but you can find everything you need there. And I also came up with an idea over this past week, another way we can get more involved with the people in the chat. And I think that from now on, starting next week, we're going to have trivia. We're going to do trivia.
Riches.
It's going to be general drone trivia, and what'll happen in the chat, I'll post a trivia question with one correct answer and three incorrect answers, and let the community make their picks for the answer, and we'll discuss it, and we'll use that as an opportunity to maybe learn some things about maybe drone regulations, but make it fun where everybody can get involved. And maybe we'll do 2 trivia questions every show. Everybody in the chat will be able to partake in it and make a choice just for the fun of it. I think a little way to get us all active in the chat would be great. So yeah, and we'll be
Good
featuring
idea.
more. Yeah, we'll be
People
featuring
love doing trivia.
yeah.
Yeah, I used to go to trivia at least once a week years ago, and they had it.
Keep your brain sharp.
Yeah,
Yep.
and I also have a post up there. If you want to feature your work on the show as a featured guest, put your name on that list. Again, it's in the featured topics. And then I have a list of guests who want to be here and want to show their work. And I can pull from that. I can go in, I'll go right down the list. And if the person next in the list can't do it, I'll go past them. And then after I do them, I'll go back. I'll make sure everybody gets in the order that they request to get in the show. I'll just go through the list. So if you want to get your content on the show, you want to share your YouTube channel, go find that post and drop your name in there, and I'll make sure to get you on the show when your content featured, because that's our goal. We want everyone who wants their content shared to be shared, So, yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I think with that, I think we'll play Chris's video right now.
Got your hands.
You guys all rock, man.
Yeah,
Great
that was
photos.
awesome.
Chris,
That was awesome.
fabulous
Great
job.
job,
Pretty good,
Chris.
Chris, man. That's
Fabulous job.
nice.
Boy, you took that first one,
Wow.
knocked it out of the park.
Captain Ray, what was that? Captain Ray
Wow.
just had fireworks behind him. What? Did you see
He's-
that?
Wearing that.
He's on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is something that I really enjoyed doing. I mean,
Oh,
I'd like to do it again. I mean,
you knocked
I
it
have
out of the park, Chris.
I kind of
Yeah.
have experience because I've been here for like
Yeah.
the past 2 years doing this. So I
Yeah.
mean, you guys want to see
You
more
know
of
the
that?
ropes.
You're there.
Good job, and I'll make sure that I put mine.
It's a hell of a lot better than some guy named Wedgenbigg did, Chris. So you keep going.
I don't know about that. Well,
I think.
well,
I think
I
Mr.
learned.
Reggie
I
wants to be
learned
a
Yeah.
from the best.
participant.
Nothing. I know
I
nothing.
learned from the best.
You did.
I
Yes,
appreciate
you
it and I
did.
applaud it because it really is. It is time consuming.
It
And
is. It is.
even with having people post the content to the thing, it still took Chris a while. He was busy doing that.
Yeah.
And it's a project, and we like to feature everybody's work. So, we don't want to take that away, but I also don't want to take my entire life away from my family either, and my
No,
goals.
can't do
Yeah.
that
So,
either, Paul.
Doing that
Yeah,
now.
we make it work.
No.
Good
So
job,
that, yeah,
Chris. And
That's
I'll
what I
make
I'm
would
sure
glad
to
about it too.
put my photo underneath next time. But because I know it takes much more effort. Because
I
you
could
don't
tell
need
you.
to spend 80 hours. That's good.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I could tell
Yeah.
you had a blast making that, Chris. I
By
could
the
Oh,
way,
see
it's
it.
great. I
Stephen
mean,
Jones is in the house. How you doing, Steve? Glad to have you here. And Frank Rizzo. How you doing?
yeah, I
Yeah,
was in
it
touch
goes.
with him the
Hey, Frank.
whole week, talking about how I was going to do this, and there was
Mhm.
like ideas going around, and basically we want to show everybody's work, but
Yeah,
like like
Yeah.
Paul has said many times, it is very time consuming,
it
and
is.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
trying to catch all of everybody's stuff, you have to go through 7 days of posts, and try to catch everybody's pick. But after that, when you go into editing, it's a whole different story. Now you have to put in everybody's name. You have to figure out what transitions are going to go, where everything needs to go. So,
Yeah, your transition work was good.
Yeah. And the
oh, thank
music
you.
was right on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uplifting.
thanks. That was
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
your music
Very
was there.
uplifting.
Your transitions were good. The other thing I'm thinking, sometime you may want to use the Maria Davis's music to
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, we could
Yeah.
look into that as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, I judged a competition in the Five Boroughs group for 2 years, and
Hmm.
one thing I wished Facebook would do is when you download it, it would tell you who it came from because it gives you this like 20 character number .jpeg when you download something, which is stupid. It doesn't help you, but if you name it right then and there, it's better than going back and trying to figure out who did each photo. That's what I found,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chris.
no. Paul said to me, he's like, why did you go and get you know, the song after? And basically, I had to see what song I could use because of the timeline. Because when I took all the pictures and put them together in the template, that gave me an idea of what length of a
Right.
song I had to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was give or take a little bit of, to make sure everything went on with the beat and everything.
Right.
So you do a
So
little reverse engineering almost.
Yeah.
yeah,
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 actually,
yeah.
it's funny that you say that
Yeah,
too, because there were actually a lot of best of the rest that I've done over the last 2 years where I picked a music track and it wasn't long enough, and I had to actually
You gotta
cut the music
slice it.
track
Oh
and,
man, that's a pain.
continue
Right.
it, and that is tedious to get that song
that's
It
where
hard to
is.
no
do.
one's going to
Yeah,
notice it.
So they're
You
trying to
know?
get those lines. Okay,
Yeah,
there it is right there.
yeah,
And
because then
that's
you got to
why.
play with both the audio and the video
Yeah.
transition,
yeah, it's
and
little
it's
things like that
yeah.
that can take the biggest time.
Hmm.
And I have to bring something up. I think this is important to say. We've had a real big influx of new members into the group recently, and we get more posts every day. And we came across someone who was posting some content that did not belong to them, and it was caught, and we got rid of it. I don't want to show people's content on here if it's not genuinely your content.
Hmm.
So
Right.
if you
Right.
have rights to the content, that's great. But we we'll work hard to try to make sure that no one's taking anybody's content and sharing it, and we try to catch it if we can.
Now,
When that
I, I,
happens,
I,
yep,
I have a question though. Who has rights to all my nicknames you guys come up with?
that's
Uh,
on you.
we hold it in
Pennsylvania.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a
Yeah, I
registration
like
bank,
that.
Bud, so that
I think the
we have
second frog
yeah,
has the one for that one. Why?
I,
So
we
I
already
think
we already covered that.
Oh
yeah.
yes, don't tell.
Ray has an intellectual property attorney who can address the issues because he's the
Exactly.
guy that has trademarked the word secret spot and drone celebrity. So
Yeah, yep.
That's right. That's
Secret
right.
spot,
Yeah. And you know
definitely.
what, Bud? You're going to have to pay dearly to get them back.
I'm gonna start calling you Bud
Yeah. Hey,
Wise.
Wise.
listen. Yeah, you got to be nice to Bud because he's getting a little jealous of the area we live in. He's not happy.
Yeah.
You can tell because look at what's behind him. He's got to carry a lighthouse with him everywhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
And Brendan, I thought about
That's
that
the
with
frog.
putting Bud's name in there. I wanted to put like a little superimpose a frog saying it, but I wanted to do that, but I didn't have the time to really go in
It's
and
that way.
do it all, and
There's always next week.
Hey, Bud,
Yeah.
we love
No,
you, Bud.
you
We love
guys
you.
are great.
send him a Clydesdale. He'll be happy.
There you go.
So I'm going to do something Captain Ray usually does. Captain Ray on his show, he usually does the tip of the week. I have a tip. I came across something I haven't experienced before, but I thought that I should mention it because it's interesting. So that video that I posted of the boys and we played for Sunday Spectacular
Ashley was
today,
just clinging.
when I recorded the video, I had set my Avata up originally at 4K 60 frames a second. Now, normally you go out, your settings stay the same on the drone. Well, after I got home and I produced the video, I realized that it's trying to produce it at 1080p with a bit rate of like 67,000 or something like that. I don't know what the exact number was, but it was really high. And so, come to find out, something happened in my settings on my Avata 2, and it was recording in 1080p instead of the 4K that I wanted.
Yeah.
So, if the reason why I bring it up
Wow.
because I think what kind of
You gotta
disaster that
reset
would be if you were in the wrong format while you were at a job,
Yeah.
So before you put your drone up, if you're really worried about making sure that you get the proper footage that you want, make sure you check your settings and make sure that your camera settings are right. Just because I did not change those settings, so something happened. If anyone else
Paul,
has had
that's
that
really
issue, let me
weird.
know.
Did
That's
you do any
weird.
upgrades?
No.
That's
Pre-flight
weird. It
check
happened
is
to me
not
too.
just
Yeah,
for
sometimes
FAA
upgrade can
things.
do it.
Dates.
Pre-flight
Yeah.
check is also for what you need to get
Yeah,
out of it.
same thing happened to me a few weeks ago, Paul. When I put up my Avata 2 for the first time, it shot in 1080, and I had to go back in, did exactly what you did, put the 4K 60, and boom, done.
And I actually agree with what Jeff just said. He said, pre-flight check. And I do have a
Yeah,
pre-flight check,
I agree with you,
but
Jeff.
that was not part of it. This was something unforeseen. I
I
wasn't expecting. It just
never
happened.
thought of it. I
First
never
check.
would think about it. Nope.
Because my method is I always, when I open up my drone, I make sure that the propellers are fine. They all look good. There's no nicks. I make sure the motors look good. There's no moisture anywhere that shouldn't be somewhere. I check all that. And then before I put the drone up, I even go as far as checking my battery levels to make sure that my battery levels are all even.
Yep.
So there's no
Right.
bad cells, because you can avoid a battery failure by just checking. And if you notice an irregularity in the cells, okay, don't put that battery
Don't
up.
put that
Something's
battery
wrong.
up. No.
Yep.
Return to home height.
A checklist is so important. It really is.
Oh,
Doing your
yeah,
checklist.
absolutely.
Yeah, the
And
RTH is important. I lost a drone 6 months ago because of that.
And here's another one for those that fly the Avata 2 or any drone for that matter, but specifically the Avata 2 here, is every time that you go out to fly, look at what you're flying around and what's going to be above you, because you need to know if you want to set your Avata to return to home or if you want it to hover. So if I'm going to be flying around a lot of stuff, which I usually am, I set it to hover because I know if I lose signal, it's because maybe there's some interference nearby, but I can always
Little
capture it.
bridge.
Yeah, so always make sure adjust your return to home or hover.
So you can set it because all I've gotten is 160 feet or 66 feet, but you can set it to hover.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You can, yeah.
I got to go look
You can
because
go get it. And set
Yeah,
it.
but Paul, think about this for a second. If you set it to hover on a lost
cool.
signal, it's going to stay there until you can connect that signal.
Get
again.
closer until you get closer.
Yeah.
You're going to
Yeah,
have,
you gotta
it's
get
going to
close
stay
to
because normally I
You're gonna
shoot
have
it
to go
straight
to
up in
it.
the air, and I get my signal right back. But if for some reason you get in a blockage, that thing's got to hover till it runs out of battery, and down
Yeah.
it goes.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Warren
but
made a good
all you
point.
gotta do is aim in the right direction, and you get the signal back.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Warren made a good point about cleaning your lenses. I don't just clean the lenses too; I also clean the obstacle avoidance sensors
Yeah.
with the
Absolutely.
microfiber
I
Yeah.
do that every
Good
every
thing.
That's a
every
good
flight.
point.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's kind of what I
Yep.
do. In my studio here is I like the day before I'm flying, I'm cleaning lenses, cleaning the sensors, cleaning all that stuff out. Paul, you're right; it goes to bat for you, and I would encourage anyone flying any drone to do that.
Drone
OCD.
detailer right there.
Oh, look at
Yeah.
Captain Ray.
Oh,
Captain Ray,
Ray.
what do you got going on over here?
Let's see, Ray.
I'm inspecting my drone right now.
There you
Yeah.
go. I was
There's
actually
microfiber.
I was flattered, by the way, when I went to Brian's house this week and his wife came out to say hi. She comes up and says, "Wow, I feel like I'm meeting a celebrity," and I'm like, "Wait, I'm not a celebrity," but she humbled me.
Yeah.
Because pretty much, like, I feel like I'm meeting
In
a
the-
celebrity. I
in the
laughed.
community.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I
In
thought
the
it was
community,
really
you
great.
are. Once you go down to like the South Florida drone meetup, it feels like you're like everybody's there for the red
You become
carpet.
a celebrity once you
Yeah,
Yeah,
once you
exactly.
attend the
You're
South Florida
great.
Drone
or you
meetup.
meet
You become a
celebrities.
celebrity.
Yeah. So I just
Oh,
want to say, Linda, thank you so much. You really humbled me. I appreciate it. I had a great time I was honored to be over there, and I'm so. She told me that she watches the show every week. She's not ever in the chat, but she watches the show every week,
Hmm.
and I really do appreciate that. So thank you very much. And he's got an adorable puppy. Well, he's not a puppy anymore, but Bailey, his
Hmm.
dog Bailey. You know.
Hey,
Another
Paul.
question.
Another thing, you know how you say what
Youngin?
happens with the Avada? The thing's set to a different. You said it sets to a different resolution.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
set to a different resolution.
All right. Do you notice? This is not a drone, but the Insta 360.
Yeah, merch up, man.
Yeah, the
Thank you,
Insta three
Margie.
the Insta 360 app for the gimbal will reset it to like 1080p.
Yep.
So you gotta like put it to 4K 60. You notice that too?
Well, I've never had to do this. This is the first time I've encountered it where I've had it set at something because the first thing I did when I got my Avata 2 was go and set all my camera settings the way I wanted them. The format was 4K 60. I've never even used a 4K 100 frames a second. I've always done the 4K 60. And I just didn't change it. So I wasn't expecting that. And then when I got home, when I first produced the video, it had made the sky in a lot of the areas pixelated, which means that something was going on. To me, it seemed like with the bit rate. I
Hmm.
looked at the original video file, and the bit rate was at like 67,000, somewhere around there, and I produced it
Wow.
at 1080p, 60 frames a second, at around like an 8,000 bit rate, and it
That's
really, yeah,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Didn't
what
come
you
anywhere
told me
close. No.
to do it to for the 1080p for the pro scenes today on
yeah.
the video that I had. So
Question. I have a question for Captain Ray with
mhm.
your meetup down in Florida. What's the
Yeah.
most number of drones you've had up in the air at one time?
DJI.
28. Last year we
Wow.
had 28.
28
Yeah.
at once.
And
Wow.
no interference?
Yeah, there was some interference with the controllers, but more or less people separated
Somewhere in the
themselves, but
water.
no issues. We didn't lose any
28
drones at all.
DJI.
Oh, that was
That's
around.
No
awesome.
collisions.
Well,
Couple
no,
years
that
ago, we did
Well,
it for the
that's
first
well,
time, and we did have a couple of drones bump into each other, but we didn't
Okay.
lose it. Didn't come
the
down.
the reason
transmission
I'm
there.
And
asking, I got about
Yeah,
eight
what
or
that was
happened?
ten
What
last
happened
guys.
to
year. Yeah.
I
break
got about eight
our
or ten
record?
guys getting together, and I just wanted to make sure we could all get up in the air at the same time.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
no,
can't.
no.
Yeah,
We
but
we coordinate it. We coordinate heights and distances, and we don't
That
get too close. It's a
that
very,
I
very
understand. I was more worried about the controllers,
If
or
you're
the
right. Yeah.
standing
Hmm.
within 3 feet,
Oh,
you're going to
yeah,
interfering.
be
Yeah.
able to interfere. There's
right, Jeff.
definitely
yeah.
channels,
Okay.
but you should try to be about 6 feet from each other if
Yeah, just
possible,
walk away
and
from it.
yell
That
out
could
your
kill
height.
Exactly.
the guy.
You're not going to
Yeah,
hit
we
anyone if you're a
Right.
different height.
right.
I'm more worried
Me and
about
Paul have
magnetic
had many
fields.
meetups where you know we're kind of close together and shit
Yep. It
doesn't go the way
happens.
it should go. We've had issues.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but
Cool.
So
you
Dave and
have
I
to
too.
stay away
Same
from
thing.
people. It's
Yeah. So, Ray, Michael has a question. He says, "No frequency stepping on each other."
Not if
No,
you're
we
flying
haven't
a
had
quad.
that issue really. No, none.
Hey, Angel, how you
No,
doing?
we
Well, they're all the
we
same,
went
basically,
from I
Hey,
think
Angel.
10 the first year.
except for
Last year I think we had
19.
18, and this year we
19.
ended up with 28.
Hmm.
Wow.
But yeah,
I could think two,
so
and then I could think
It's good
four.
frequency
Yeah,
separation.
I remember you posting when I was there too. It wasn't 28. It was like in the low 20. But you did it at the second meetup, I think it was. You were there. Like because you have like
we did
two
it at the second day. We changed
the
it where
second
we
day,
do it
right?
on the main day of flying now on Saturday. Yeah. And we announced the time ahead of time so people can sort of prepare, and we try to get a little coordinated. And last year was great. It really was. I think
Cool.
Jeff, you'll agree with that, right?
Boom,
Absolutely.
Jim, in
Right.
before the nap. I was in before the nap. You were right there. I
Yep.
caught it. I caught it right here.
Yeah, Ray. And when we
Yeah,
were
his
there,
eyes were kind of drooping.
You may have found a new solution, Paul.
yeah, when I was there for the third annual,
Zoom
we
in.
had no crash landings in the water at all. It
I
was the year
know, I know.
before you had it, so
Yeah,
that was a
somebody
great
the
meetup.
year before lost one in the water.
Yeah, and Maddie's son went and dived for it, didn't he?
Right.
Someone's
Yes, he
always
did. He retrieved one of them. He dove for two of them,
Yeah,
but came up with
Yeah,
one
I
of
heard
them,
about that.
the FPV drone.
I
And then
think
oh yeah, you gotta
Marcus
get
is
that one
still
back.
out there.
Marcus will lent his drone to someone. I think it was Ron Brown, and just came out of the sky. I mean, someone
Right.
has a really mediocre video of it, but it could have
Yeah,
been
watching the
hit
side.
by,
Stevie
and
Bunch
not.
captured it.
right.
He did.
You couldn't
Oh,
really
it
tell
wasn't.
why
It
it came
wasn't.
down.
It
I've,
wasn't Marcus. Okay.
I've never seen that
Marcus was not
happen.
on the controls at the time. It
Okay.
was
Well,
Marcus's
and you
drone,
didn't catch any video of
a
it.
nano
Nano Plus.
plus, if I remember right. Yeah.
Okay.
I
It's
My
somebody
wife
was.
has one. I've flown it hundreds of hours. I don't think it's the props because those props are all carbon fiber. So I just think it was just either it wasn't screwed down when he traveled or something. But it looked like one of his props may have flown out or got hit by something. Just strange. But
Yeah.
I can tell you it's not a ongoing thing with that drone. No drone just falls out of the sky except for Timu drones, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, and
Drones hit
uh,
my feet.
we,
$49.95 once, Jeff.
yeah, we experienced it. Like when we were with Ray and we were at Mount Hope Bridge, we were uh, having some interference, and I noticed it with the DJI-RC. This is my issue with the DJI-RC. A lot of times, if someone will land to take off, even if my drone is close, it'll lose connection real quick and go into return to home mode, and then if I'm in the middle of like a hyperlapse or something, it ruins it because it stops the
Yeah.
Uh,
process.
Stop
so
in
you
the
get
middle of it.
crossover. Yeah, we
And
Right.
call that
it
crossover.
happens a lot. Yeah.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that.
Well, that's like when you're talking on your cell phone and all of a sudden you hear somebody else's conversation
Yeah.
and the signals have
That
crossed.
happens.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't happen often, thank goodness.
We got
No.
Tom with us. How you doing,
Hey,
Tom?
Tom.
Tommy,
What's up,
Hey,
everyone?
Tom.
Hey, how you doing, Tom?
Doing
Ross
good, doing
Baby
good.
How you
Time.
doing, Tom?
Good, Ray.
So, Tom, what have you been up to this week?
Rolling, rolling,
Celebrating
rolling.
my wife's 60th birthday, so
Oh,
like
Happy
that.
Happy
tell
birthday.
tell Raj happy birthday.
I
All
know.
right.
I will. That's a
She's still a
week-long
youngin'.
event here. Okay.
So, did she buy you a
Yeah.
drone for her birthday?
I see the
No, she bought me a
call
watch
behind
for
you,
my
man.
birthday.
That makes sense.
Why are you always late?
No, we got watches together, but
Hey,
that's
that's
what
funny. Johnny Drone Fly is flying the Avata too and
Yep.
listening. I was doing the same thing during the Fly for Fun show. I was out flying. I was like, "Oh yeah, Fly for Fun." So I had my phone down and I had the show going while I was on the bench and I was flying. Actually, the same. It was great. It was actually at Hoppy's Landing.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
That's like the place you've gone to the most. I think the place you and me have gone to the most.
Yeah, and so Hoppy's Landing is a place where I'll go to where I don't have something specific in mind, and I just want somewhere to go to kind of to just. I, it's a wide open area out on the water. It's a little,
Yeah,
it's a little, yeah, it's weird. So you go out there and you're in a wide open space. It's by the water, and the view is always beautiful, especially for sunset. So it's like a
Mhm.
go-to place. Everyone kind of has their favorite spot, like Captain
Yeah.
Ray and
Yeah.
Peanut Island.
That's yeah.
Secret location number one.
It's got the Dick House, and then it's got freaking. You've got West Island to explore, and because it's wide open, you can explore West Island no problem.
Yeah, it's a nice place to fly. I
It's
like
a
it there.
great place.
Chris, what was the name of that house?
The Dick House, man. Go check
You
it
couldn't
out.
go there yourself, thanks.
You have so many
Richard
places,
House.
great
It
places
looks
to
like
fly up there
it looks like
Yeah.
along that coast.
a
Oh, the
phallic
Dick House. It's a restaurant.
It's a phallic house. When you look at it from the top,
Yeah,
it
the
looks
top
like
down.
there's
Yeah.
some round
Got
things
this
there
big
at the
thing
bottom.
sticking out.
Yeah,
Oh, that's what. Okay,
that's why
that
we
counts.
called
Yeah.
it Dick House.
Like every silo
Richard's
and every
house.
lighthouse.
Yep.
Kinda.
Yeah, so Mark
Yeah, he's
says
got his own
Happy
little
bud, you nailed it.
house there.
Is that a pepper shaker there? A pepper grinder, bud?
I don't know.
It is, isn't it?
Would you like some pepper on your
Does it
salad, sir?
vibrate?
Hey, bud, put that away. That technique is too revealing.
A little too
You
graphic.
gonna light up your insides?
Oh boy.
Wedgenbig's going to get a
Oh,
mark
well,
on his
it's-
rating of his show. You got to calm down, guys.
No, we'll keep it PG. We'll keep it PG.
I didn't start it.
Yeah.
That's funny
We
though.
didn't start the fire.
Dirty old men. I mean,
With Joel, I didn't
It'll
start.
always burning since the world's been turning. You know.
right.
yeah.
So I made some updates to my website, by the way. I know a lot of people have already seen it, but I kind of wanted to
Mhm.
share what I've updated on it.
Well, you've done a great job, man.
So I wanted people to kind of understand that the front was, I wanted to be clean and simple, but I wanted them to kind of understand what it was. So I added this up here, certified remote pilot, so they can find that
Yeah.
there. I've also added a gallery. The last time I didn't have a gallery, so I have a gallery full of my photos here. And then I thought this would be a nice touch. I wanted people to see my dedication when I get on a project. So I have,
I looked through your site,
You
Paul.
have your
It's really
secretary?
nice.
Okay.
yeah, I have a bunch of testimonials, people in the
Yeah.
community who have done projects.
Yeah, that's right. I owe you one,
Me
but you
too.
haven't paid me yet.
Mhm.
I'm writing.
So,
What are you, Insta 360? You have to get paid for your reviews?
Or him.
He hasn't
or
paid me
him,
yet,
or
Jeff.
him.
You know,
You've
what
got
can
a
I say?
channel out there
Holding
behind
on.
it.
no, wait a second. His exact wording was, "I'm gonna do two of them. One of them, I don't. All right, I said the exact wording, and I don't even know it. But he
Or
said
you
one of
paid
them
him.
was one, and he says the other one's a true story, and that depends. I'll release that when you pay me."
Yeah.
Oh, holding it hostage. Yeah.
Behind the
Yeah.
scenes. Little behind the scenes.
Okay.
Looks like we lost Tom for a second there, but yeah, I thought testimonials were nice because I'm like, I want people to know that when I get on a project, I'm dedicated to it. And who knows better than people in this community? You guys have seen me doing it for 2 years now,
Right.
so I figured why not? At least let the potential clients know that if I get on a project, I'm going to work the
This
best that
guy's
I
going to
can.
give you a little bit of competition for
Yeah,
dedication.
Well,
But
it was
Yeah, I
my pleasure
understand
to
that.
you
do it
just got a
for
big
you.
gas tank.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Captain Ray. I appreciate it.
And I really mean it. You are one of the best pilots. I love your creativity. Really.
Actually, he sucks, but
Yeah,
he's good at editing.
You got to start somewhere.
yeah. Got to start somewhere.
He's a
You
great
fixing and,
editor.
it's
That's right.
Paul fixing and post Wedgenbigg.
Yeah. Takes his
Well,
Evadas up for
no, the
first
whole
flight and
thing,
crashes them into bushes.
But
the whole
you
thing.
you're not going to use any like a lot of content from your flights. You're just going to use the testimonials on your site.
He's got his
You're not going to
flights up
put.
there.
Well, they have access. Go ahead, Bud. What were you going to say?
Well,
He's
I
got
was going to
flights
say
up.
the whole thing about my comment, and I mean it truly. I don't think I need AI chat to help me on this. Is what you and this group, with the exception of Chris, has made me try harder, experiment, and do better. I mean,
But not
that's
you,
what
Chris.
this group
It
brings
shows
out.
too. It
And not
shows.
Chris
Like that
because
fog picture that you have.
Yeah, what
But
a
I
Yeah,
mean,
I love
yeah.
that.
Now,
when
Chris
you
becomes
call me
Excellent,
what?
wife, or
Chris.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
oh,
Now, and the
Now it's
thing,
going to his head. Is that what you're saying? But
wise.
not that
yeah.
much, but it does serve a lot of purposes. No, listen, Chat GPT is nice when you want to make sure that one, you're putting things
Yeah,
out there
Paul
where you
does
don't have
love
any like
ChatGPT.
spelling errors
Right.
or grammatical errors. You
Oh
want it to go out there
yeah.
what's nice,
Oh,
and
that's
Chat
awful when
GPT
it.
does work great for that.
Guilty.
Use it
Yeah.
as a tool, not a crutch, Ray. That's all. Use it as a tool, not a crutch.
I've never
I
I've
used
got
it.
a story
disagree.
on that. It'll blow your mind. Be
ChatGPT
careful with Chat GPT and drones.
Yeah.
Mm.
I can tell you
ChatGPT
why.
is not good. I just did a video for a client.
Yeah.
I did a couple this week, a couple paid clients,
How you
and
doing, Russ?
they put in something about how to make their outdoor lighting systems work good. And ChatGPT came up with the word bespoke. Who here knows what the word
Oh,
bespoke
I've
means? Raise
I've
your
never
hand.
used that word in
rich
I've
guy.
conversation.
heard it,
I've
but
never
I've
used
never
it.
used it.
Just like
Exactly.
I've
'Cause
never.
it doesn't, it's one of those words like whence. Whence
Mm.
sounds like a time
Yeah.
rather than a place.
Sounds
Some
kind of
be right.
English, you know.
Bespoke sounds like
Bespoke is
not what it
definitely a
is.
word,
So
a
don't
You
use
generational use
bespoke,
word.
you wents.
I
don't use
just tell him to back
ChatGPT.
off.
Yeah.
Who was
Bespoke
ever?
is not spoken by people who are not millionaires.
Yeah, who has ever said I concur?
I call him. I like that.
Well, I do,
A
but
No,
Carasio.
I've
Comparison
never said
spoke
that.
anything.
Experimenting?
Bespoke
You
is
you've never
terrible.
said that, Chris?
I have
Huh.
never said I concur.
I concur. I
Well,
haven't
no, I
either.
I
agree.
concur.
Yeah,
On what
I concur
that's
with
industry
that as
you're in,
well.
concurs.
Chris.
I agree. Yeah,
Did
I've
Bud
used it.
fall off his chair again? I don't see him anymore.
Oh,
I think I've
Yes,
said that
sir.
in our conversations.
All right. Well, now that
Oh,
Bud's gone, let's give
Bud.
away a mug so he don't get it.
Yeah, right.
There
all
we
right.
go.
Hey, Bud.
Hashtag USDS in the chat for your chance to win a custom USDS coffee mug. If you are outside of the United States, you will not win a mug, but I'll send you a PayPal or a Venmo, $10. So now's your chance. So we're not just going to cut out people from other countries. We're just going to do a cash prize for, anybody who wins that's outside of the USA. Everything sounds good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
You know?
We have 6 entries. Hashtag USDS. Now, if you win the mug and you want to win it for somebody else, just let me know. If you win it, we can donate it to somebody else, or you can keep it for yourself. Decide.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for people to, put in their entries, just remember, make sure you check that.
If I win it, Paul, it goes in as a raffle prize for the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Oh yeah.
Just remember, guys, put in if you want to, have your pick, post basically done in a best of the rest type video. Make sure you put your pick in that featured chat this week. When do you do it, Paul? Is it on a Monday?
Yeah, I'm going to release it every Monday at 9 a.m. I'll have it scheduled to automatically release, and I will go in on Monday and tag at everybody. And just so you know, if you are one of those people who hate the at everyone tag and you don't want to get tagged, you don't have to get mad and leave the group. You can go to your settings and disable it so you don't get notified. Some people used to get upset and say, oh, you tagged at everyone. That's it. I'm out of here. It's just a way for us to get in contact with the people who want to get notified. If you don't want to get notified, you can just disable it, and you'll no longer get notified when I tag everybody. But for those that like it, it's good because it's a good way for me to make sure that you see that we have a contest or something special coming up for the show, or just to say, hey, you want to share your content, post it here. Yeah.
TJ, I'm looking forward to doing it again.
It's good.
I'll do it every week.
It's good to do that.
I'll do it every week. It's not a problem. I enjoyed doing it. I worked on it Saturday. It only took me about 3 hours. And me and Paul were in touch all week about it, and it was great, man. I'm glad you guys liked it, and we'll keep doing it that way if the community likes it. So.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to let this run for about 10 more seconds. Now's your last chance. Hashtag USDS in the chat for your chance to win a mug. If you're outside of the USA, no big deal. We'll send you a PayPal, a Venmo, something of that nature. So,
and another thing, Paul, I got to mention, really, we got to say thank you to you because you are a big sponsor of the South Florida Drone Meetup. You donate your custom United States Drone Society pens, and it really means a lot. People love when they sign in and check in. We give it to them, and they love it. So I got to say thank you, really.
Yeah, I appreciate it. All right, good luck, everybody. Oh, I almost hit the reset button. We were going to have to redo that again.
Good luck, everybody.
And thanks again to Margie, by the way. Margie, Yay! Congratulations.
Rigged.
All right, Warren.
Another prize for the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Rigged.
How many you got so far, right?
There you go.
How many of those you have, Ray?
14.
I was going to say his collection's growing.
Well, that'll be another prize for some other time.
Yeah, another prize for the South Florida Drone.
People love winning your mugs, Paul, too. So thank you.
Well, eventually, and we're getting close to that point. Everyone, we're getting to the point where everybody has one. We might have to switch to a tumbler or something soon, so we can change it up.
Yes, tumblers.
You should do in the 6 months of the summer. You should do a cold.
I'm sure the folks that are doing all our promo work there, they can do that stuff.
Yeah, and if you're interested in a coffee mug and you don't want to wait to win one, just look in the description of the video. You can contact Vicky at Country Charm Creations, and they'll get one to you. Really good price. They do great work. She's fast on the shipping. And speaking of shipping, tomorrow I'm going to the post office box, so I'm shipping out all the stuff I have here. I have something for Art. Want a mug
in New Bedford?
I got something for Bud and something for Skylar, and
you got something for Jason Crowder in there. I won it last week. I gave it to him.
Okay, so yeah, so that'll go out also. But instead of going out every week to the post office, I'm gonna do it once a month. I'm gonna send out all the winners at once.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
and I actually have it coming tomorrow. The trophy that Caesar Lillo won for the contest is coming in tomorrow. So I'm gonna take a
Trophy.
picture. Yeah, the trophy for the editing contest. And Maria Davis, her mug's on the way. It's gonna be on its way tomorrow. Had that one shipped directly right from Vicky's. So yeah, if you want a mug, go ahead and look in the description of the video. You can contact them and get one made.
Are we able to get a beer mug made?
Just talk to Vicky. I'm sure she does all sorts of cool things. She's got a lot of
I
products.
got a lead on T-shirts too, Paul. $3.50 a T-shirt for a Gildan.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah, and looked like Bud wanted to say something.
Well, I think I got a buddy of mine that can etch glass. So if we're interested in beer mugs, let me know and I'll talk to him.
Okay, we'll do. And Warren asked if Dominic is okay. Yeah, Dominic's fine. He had an appointment today, so he wasn't able to make it. We're on at 8:00 at night Eastern time, but for Dominic, it's like 10:00 in the
10 in
morning.
the morning,
So
yeah.
he had something he had to do today.
Yep.
So when he said that, I actually said I'll ask Captain Ray if he wants. Ray, no mic.
No.
Ray, no mic.
Didn't Dominic have to go sledding today because they had snow or something?
That's possible.
Hey, OG, how you doing, brother? Glad to have you here. And you know what? Actually, I am working on that. I'm in the process of redesigning my business card because the way I designed it, I had stuff at the corners. The problem is when you put it on, there's like a bleed area, and every time I try to line it up, it's not right. So I got to really get in there and make some adjustments so it looks nice and clean.
All right,
But Captain Ray, when you were talking just a minute ago, your mic wasn't working. Yeah, I can't hear you.
He's on mute or he's leaving.
Not working. Yeah, you're muted.
Yeah, your mic is muted.
Sign language.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
Another thing, Paul. Ray put this comment out. Have everybody put their name, a watermark, so you don't have to manually add it during editing. That's an idea that you can put in. You can put it in the post, but regardless, when I did it, I went and I made sure that everybody's name was featured somewhere on the picture.
Yep.
But if somebody wants to if everybody wants to put their watermark in there, that'll be fine as well.
Yep.
Yeah, so we will do that. We'll encourage it if they want to do that. It'd be good. Ray, if your mic's not working, you can exit and come back in and try again. That might fix the issue.
It's that old computer, yes.
No, the quality looks good.
Buy another computer, Ray, not another drone.
I'm begging him. I'm
Yes.
freaking begging him before it crashes.
Get
I
an
can't even
Apple.
upgrade him to the latest operating system.
Get an
That
Apple.
old IBM 86.
No.
Oh, God,
He
no.
has an Intel Mac.
All right, well, we are getting close to the end of the show. So I wanted to give everyone a chance to, say what they want to say and promote what they want to promote. I just want to remind people that Community Corner is going to be more the focus now. So if you want to get your content featured on the show, absolutely reach out to us. They'll be in the featured section. We'll have you have plenty of time. You want to be a guest on the show, we'll get you on there. Just let us know that you want. Next week, we're going to have FPV Cinematic 4K. He told me his name. I just can't remember it offhand because he just told me earlier today. But he's going to be our guest next week, and I'm going to work my way down the list. And like I said, even if you can't make it, don't worry. I'll skip past it to the next person, and then the following week I'll jump back to you and say, hey, are you available? So, first come, first serve. If you're not available, don't worry. You won't lose your spot. We'll make sure you're in there.
His name is what's-his-face.
Hi, Ron Johnson.
So with that, I'll go with David.
All right. Hey, thanks, Paul. And, again, Chris, great job this week. I got to hand it to you, brother.
Thank you.
You were trained by the best. Yes, definitely. So kudos to you. Let's see. Gosh, I have been flying quite a bit these days. The other thing I wanted to try to do here, if I can, is to share my screen. Let me see if I can do that.
No.
And I was going to show you a picture here.
You can
rats.
offer, and then Paul.
All right, Ray.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
think
entire screen.
Have a good night, Ray.
Now,
Bye, Ray.
I was hoping I would. Let's see. Let's try this one. Can anybody see it?
no.
Yeah, I got to pull it up here. Just give me a minute.
What are we looking at?
You see? Can you guys see it?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Looking
All
at
right.
you.
Well,
Well,
it's on
this is
Yeah,
this.
there
So
it
this
is.
is the tactical drone support van. Almost done. I wanted to share that with everybody. This was
Yeah.
taken at the Van Nationals.
Yeah.
Dave and Buddy Russ has been literally working their butts off on this thing, trying to get it done. I've been trying to capture as much as I can, but this is what it looks like right now. Dave just put in a system that was really really nice. It's a it's going to serve as a drone battery, 110-volt connection, the whole 9 yards. We've got room for
Wow.
screen in
An
there.
inverter.
Got my
Let me tell you,
amplifiers.
our first drone meetup. This is going to be unforgettable for those of you guys
Nice.
that can make it. So I wasn't kidding you. So anyway, I wanted to share that all with you.
It's a
I'd be
beautiful
here. I
van,
will.
man.
What's
Yeah.
that?
It's beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
like the
It's
rack
Big
on
a
gated
top.
community.
That's an awesome van.
1991 GM 1991 Chevy. Dave, correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. But yeah, it's a gorgeous van in there, and yeah, wait until we finish the inside. You guys are gonna be
I can't wait to see that.
it's
I want to hear my stereo in there.
Oh, we got a stereo that is gonna blow your brains out. You're gonna love this
I
thing.
want to have an
happy
orange
to donate.
van.
I was happy to donate all my Sony parts for that
Yeah,
stereo. I
Captain
hope
Ray
it sounds
very
as
nice
good
van.
in his van as it did in my car.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So anyway, wanted to share that with you. I will be back next week,
Yeah.
but then I'll be in California for the following couple of weeks, and I'll shoot as much as I can out there. Ray, I'll be in the Malibu area, Santa Monica.
All right, David. Thank you so
Awesome,
much. I
Dave.
appreciate you stopping by this week. It's awesome to have you again.
Hey, great to see you guys.
Thanks, bye, brother. Have a great
We'll
week.
see you,
Have a
David.
good one, boys.
Fly with you soon, brother.
Good week, man.
And Tom.
Well, I'm sharing a screen. If you can share it for me, Paul. We have
Yeah, let
the
me
Vegas
find.
Drone Meetup coming this November 8th, 9th, and 10th in Henderson, Nevada, at the beautiful Green Valley Resort. So it's going to be definitely a great experience. We have a bunch of influencers coming. We have got platinum sponsorship from DJI. Plus,
good.
they're giving us thousands of dollars worth of merchandise to give away as well.
Sweet.
At the meetup. We
What are
have
you looking for?
we have the news media who will be attending the event, and we have local politicians that will be attending the event. In fact, we're going to be putting a drone in a few of their hands, hopefully to turn them on with that first taste. Us crack dealers, we can definitely get you turned on with droning. So that's
Yeah.
our intent.
As soon
Okay,
as
get
you
them.
as soon as you put it up, that's it. You're hooked.
That's it,
Goggles.
right? I know, Chris,
Give
and
them
that's our
goggles.
intent, man, is
Yeah.
to draw them in, drag them in, and hook, line, and sinker them.
Yep.
So should be a
Goggles.
great event. We're looking forward to everybody that can make it out here. Again, my thanks to Ray and his team from the South Florida Drone Meetup, because Ray specifically pushed us to get this in the works, and we do appreciate that. Bob Dempsey is a little elf on fire. Okay, he
He's a
never
big
never
little elf.
stops.
No Elvis.
Okay,
Thought he was Santa.
he's no, well, actually, we're
Little
coming
elf.
into Santa season. Santa might make an appearance at that event. You never know. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's either that or the leprechaun. We got to figure out which one's going to show up.
Yeah.
And
You know
Chris,
where
I
that
mean,
came from?
if you make it out here with that coin in hand, there might be a special gift for those of you that have one of those poker chips. So
I've been
Like
thinking
the
about
lady
it.
tonight.
I mean, it's like if I can make enough money to get out there, I'd love to go. I'd never been out that way. I've never been past the Mississippi.
Well, we're giving people an excuse to come to Vegas.
Yeah, and if you
Okay.
want more information on the Vegas meet, look in the description of this video. There's a link to the Vegas Drone Meetup website right in the top of the
I'd
description. You
love
can
to
find
go.
it easy, easy peasy. So, Tom, I appreciate
Eat
having you here
man.
tonight, as
Oh,
always.
Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me,
much.
Paul.
Yeah,
Thanks
and
for
Hopefully,
appreciate
Lake
it, man.
Mead stays full of water.
yeah,
We got plenty. Don't worry.
Yeah.
stay
We got
inspired,
plenty.
brother, and have a great week.
Good to see you,
Peace and
man.
love, folks. Take care.
And Jim.
Jimmy.
Yo, hey, it's down to me. I want to reiterate what Dave said. You know, the van. I was happy to contribute on that with the sound system and the CB,
That's good.
because it's the van life. So
CBs
they're
are
all
like,
talking on. Yeah, they're all talking on the radio. So I gave them all the CB, the big giant boosters, the amps. So I'm happy to see
Really.
that project coming to fruition. Plus,
Uh,
they got an unbelievable charging setup. So when this van shows up, everyone can plug in. It's crazy. So yeah, that's a project I've kind of been involved in the backside, and I'm happy that's coming to fruition.
that's
But
cool.
other than that, just everyone get out there, have fun, and hopefully don't lose your drone in water like this.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't
More
want to do that.
importantly, if you are going to lose your drone in water, make sure it's insured. Care Refresh,
yeah.
something,
Get
State
that
Farm, whatever you
refresh.
got.
And unfortunately, where we live, tomorrow's the only good
Want to
day
get
to
these
fly
shots? But
because
Mm.
we're going to get rain all week.
Yeah,
you want
gross.
to get these shots, you got to take the chances.
Yep. All right. Well, Jim, I appreciate having you here this week, brother. I hope you have a great week. Stay inspired.
It's gonna rain all fucking week.
Yeah, I
It's gonna
know,
rain.
Jim.
Oh
For
my
what?
god, we're
Not for the hurricane, though.
we're screwed. All right,
Demonetized.
We're getting a hurricane
all
down
right.
here.
I'm sorry.
No worries. No worries.
Okay.
Have a great week, Jim. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
And Jeff.
Hey there. First thing is I will be the featured guest on Drone Nation tomorrow. If you guys like drone shows like this one, please
Yeah.
feel free to tune in at Drone Nation. Second thing is I haven't mentioned it all this year. I've been running for 14 years the Long Island ice cream tours. Think of it as a bar crawl, except you can't get arrested for having a lot of ice cream. We visit local shops that produce homemade ice cream on the premises that are super delicious. It's a fun day. If you're going to be on Long Island on Saturday, August 10th, please sign up. You need to sign up either spell out Long Island Ice Cream Tours, licked.org.
Go get licked.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you got to spell licked the way I did, because if you spell it the other way, you can
Whoa.
get an entirely different website. lict.org. Sign up by Tuesday night, and it's a fun tour. And the last thing is, if any of you like the NFL, I'm helping someone run a pool, so get in touch with me. DM me. That's it.
All right. You have fun with that illegal gambling.
Yeah.
It's his
Yeah.
pool.
Great.
No,
Money's
they
the
mean
word.
they're going for a swim in money if they win. If they win.
They're going to buy a lot of ice cream.
All
Yeah.
right, Jeff. Thank you so much. I
Thank you.
appreciate having you here. I hope you have a great week.
Oh
You
boy.
too.
And Brendan.
Hello, fellow droners. You see this? I bought 3 of these SID cards, and they don't work well.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Not
So,
good.
Don't buy them.
and of course, it was too late for me to return them to Amazon. So I've got, and they are the U3 type, but
Yeah.
they said they were too slow
Yeah.
to run in DJI drones or the controller. So
Yeah.
stick to ScanDisk, Extreme, and all those other good ones. But yeah, yeah. And also, we were talking about interference. Telephone lines, or not, just power lines, create a magnetic field of up to 50 feet around the wire radius. So 100 feet diameter from 50 feet from the wire all the way around. And that will interfere with your frequency. I was up there at the Yadkin River, and I was running, I was trying to get my Mini 4 Pro up. and it kept saying it needed to recalibrate. So I'm like, okay, I'm out there dancing around. I was trying to do a night flight, and then I put it back on and say recalibrate. Well, I had to move. I finally realized there was a big 3-layered high tension wire near me, and I had to move. And once I moved, everything was fine. But yes, yeah, just north of Spencer.
Yeah. Well, and on a note with the SD cards, I always buy my SD cards at Best Buy, and I have a reason for that because Amazon is usually good, but what happens
Yeah,
is if they get some products that are shipped in, they could have the wrong numbers on them, and they could be put in the batch with the good ones, and
exactly.
you could get potential bad product. So I
Probably
usually,
what happens
well,
to
my
me.
SD cards, I go pick them up at Best Buy because if I have any issues with them, I can just bring them right back there, and I have never
Yep.
bought a counterfeit SD card from Best Buy. They've always been legit. So,
I'm gonna head
Mhm.
there tomorrow.
all right. Well, Brendan, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I
Appreciate it.
appreciate
Great
having you
show.
here. Have yourself a great week
And,
and
and
stay inspired, brother.
everybody pray for that the hurricane doesn't do much damage because it's
Yes.
going to come up and sit over the Carolinas after it hits Florida.
Yep. Well, have yourself a
Everybody
great
have
week,
a
brother.
great week.
Appreciate it.
Thank
Have a
you.
great week. Great picture,
Good to see
Brendan.
y'all.
And Bud,
Is there any way you can play that video of the hawk that visited me?
I don't have it on here.
All right, that's fine.
I'll tell you
Anyway,
what. Put it in Community Corner, and I will share it during the show next week.
all right. So I'm flying yesterday just for whatever and grins. Um, and I got my Avada on, I got my goggles on, and I come flying over my deck, and there was a special guest. So that's all I'm going to say. If you get a chance, hit my YouTube channel at whatever it's called, Bud Beaver, and you can see the guy.
Budweiser.
Paul, once again, Chris, great job. If you ever need me to, I can put some, stupid music to some great videos, but, I can do some editing. But again, Paul, thank you so much. You do a great job. Captain Ray, iffy.
All
Captain
right,
Ray,
Bud.
you
But,
just sat
but
down.
wait, Captain Ray has something on me. I've not ridden in an undrivered vehicle. How do you say it? A no driver,
Driverless vehicle.
driverless. Yeah. So, anyway, thanks again, Paul. Appreciate it. Chris, great job tonight. Captain Ray, thanks for filling in. Y'all be safe, fly safe. Thinking of my Florida friends, thinking of you East Coast guys, because you know the shit's coming your way. So
Oh yeah.
stay safe, fly safe.
All right, Bud. Thank you so much. And Steve
Buddy.
Janess asked, "Where is the community corner?" The community corner will always be in the featured topics. So if you go to the group, look for the featured tab, and that's where you'll find us. And I think Captain Ray is having some audio issues, right? So Ray, we're gonna pull a Dominic. It's perfect. You're Dominic tonight. You can just move your lips and I'll talk. So I want to thank you, Paul, very much for having me on the show. I really appreciate you letting me be a co-host, and I want to remind everybody that 17,000th South Florida drone meetups coming up April. Put up fingers, Ray. April 4th, 5th, and 6th. So it's going to be April 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th, and I'm paying for everybody's lunch. So I'll see you all then. Have a great week. There, you heard it from Captain Ray himself.
Oh, Paul, that was incredible.
Thank you, Captain Ray. I appreciate having you here. We had some audio issues. No worry. Chris.
That's okay. Well, thank you for, trusting me with doing the Best of the Rest community quarter thing. I'm looking forward to doing it indefinitely if I could. But, we're going to have other people do it as well, as long as they're up for the challenge. And so, yeah, basically, I had a great time doing it. But just remember, mental health is an issue, and we all have to look out for our brothers and sisters. And just make sure if you have any problems, Paul is going to tell you where to go.
And it's not to hell, I can tell you that. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate everybody being here tonight. I like to leave off and always remind people that mental health matters. If you're struggling, reach out. You can reach out to your friends and family. You can reach out to your local hospitals, police stations. You can dial 988 in an emergency. The important part is don't do it alone. Sometimes, you struggle and you just can't seem to figure things out. You ain't going to figure it out on your own, but it will help to have people who are willing to listen. So, do what you can. I appreciate having everybody here tonight. I think it was a great show. I have to find my outro here, wherever it is. There it is. I found it.
I think it was a great show as well.
Yeah. Chris, thank you so much for the help. I really do appreciate it. That was great. Your work was awesome. So everybody have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Tried to play it again. It looped it on me again. So,
That
Chris,
happens every time.
yeah, I don't think anyone in the chat sees it. I think we just see it on the panel here. But yeah, so Benjamin came to me earlier in the week and he asked me if I could explain to him what a total solar eclipse was. I looked him in the face and I said, "No, son."